Welcome to the NIOS studio. In this video, we will talk about English subject, Lesson 8. Lesson's name is A Birthday Letter. This letter was written by Jawaharlal Nehru for his daughter. Before continuing further, let's think about few questions. How you celebrate your birthday? What gifts do you get on your birthday? How do you feel when you receive gifts? If your parents were in another city and instead of material gifts, they just send you a letter or card showering their love and blessings, would you value such a gift and be happy equally? Jawaharlal Nehru sends a letter to his daughter. A birthday letter. Letter from a father to his daughter is a collection of 30 letters written by Jawaharlal Nehru in the year 1928 to his daughter Indira Gandhi when she was 13 years old. Though through these letters, he tried to teach her about natural history and the story of civilization. At the time of the writing of the letters, Nehru was in Allahabad, while Indira was in Mussoorie. The actual letter written by Nehru were in English. They were later translated into Hindi by the famous Hindi novelist Munshi Premchand, and the name of the Hindi compilation is Pita Ke Patra, Putri Ke Naam. This letter was written to Indira by her father when she turned 13. At the time, India was under British rule. Many leaders, including Jawaharlal Nehru, were in prison. Nehru wrote this letter from the prison in 1930. This is a picture of outside Naini jail. What do you think would be a father's feeling on such a day? Read the text of Lesson 8 to find out what he wrote to her. Was it an extraordinary letter? Nehru addresses his daughter and explains his reason for not being able to send any material gift on her birthday. Instead, he writes a letter to send his wishes and blessings. He writes that he could send only good wishes in abundance and gifts which were only of the mind and spirit, however high, could stop such gifts from reaching her. Why did he say so? At the outset, he said that he hated sermonizing and doling advice. He believed in the value of having extensive discussion instead. During the course of discussion, certain truth usually comes out. Discussions, always the best mode to find out what is right and what is wrong, or to find out what is good and what is bad. He adds that he has always enjoyed his discussion with Indira. Nehru says the world in which we are living is very vast and there is a lot for us to learn. He goes on to add that all knowledge is not confined to this world alone. There are many worlds lying unexplored and which are equally loaded with knowledge. And because knowledge is so vast and unending, a keen learner thirsting for knowledge can never get bored. There can never be a situation where one can say that he or she has acquired all the knowledge. A letter is a one-sided affair, whereas a talk is a face-to-face between two people. But presently, Nehru would have to make do a letter only. He said that through this letter, he was going to give her many suggestions and ideas which could serve as a food for thought for her to dwell upon and ponder over for a long time. If we were to go through the world's history, we would come to know that every nation at one time or the other faced difficult times. At such times, ordinary people rose to the occasion and performed heroic acts and performed great sacrifices. Now, this is a picture of Joan of Arc. Nehru cited her examples as a glaring example of how a simple, pleasant girl rose to the occasion and created history. He reminds Indira about her feelings after reading the book and how she had got inspired after reading it. He says, never underestimate the power of ordinary men and women who appear to do nothing heroic except worry about their day-to-day needs. Such people have become a force to reckon with in times of emergency. Nehru goes on to talk about a leader who loved his people and wanted to remove sufferings from their lives. This is a picture of baby Indira when she was too small. He was so much loved by his people that they were ready to do anything for him. Such was his greatness that he could turn ordinary men and women into heroes. This man was none other than Mahatma Gandhi. You can see the picture of Indira with Mahatma Gandhi. Nehru wrote that, like other leaders, Gandhiji too was in prison at that time. But despite that, this man's magic worked. He had stolen the heart of millions who loved him dearly. They responded to his call and came out of their shell to fight for the nation like valiant soldiers. Nehru said that presently India was going through a critical period, and people who were living in this era were fortunate to be fighting for India's freedom and creating history. In this section, Nehru defines three things. A. The role every Indian needs to play in the great drama, that is, struggle for freedom. B. The need to defend India's honor. C. The need to learn to distinguish between the right and the wrong. In his letter, Nehru goes on to tell Indira that if we have to act as India's soldier, then we need to respect its honor. This honor is nothing but sacred trust. During the course of fighting for one's honor, there could be times when one is confused. How to find out what is right or wrong? A simple test. At such times, one just needs to apply a simple test. Never to do anything in secret or do anything which you wish to hide. Fear is a bad thing. When we are tempted to hide something, it means we are afraid of something. And fear is bad because it is unworthy of human being. So, be fearless. Don't worry about the consequences. Nehru reiterates the need to be brave and fearless in every situation. One should not worry about the consequences. Having done what is right, let the rest follow. Under Bapuji's leadership, there is no allowances for secrecy or hiding. Nehru's advice to his daughter is that one should work in the sun and the light, that is, to meaning to say, one should be transparent in whatever one does. There should be no need to hide anything. He said that if she followed this golden rule, then she would grow up to be a child of the light and remain bold and fearless. In turn, this quality will help her stay calm and unruffled through any difficult circumstances. In his concluding lines, Nehru says that he had much to tell her, but unfortunately, all that he had to say could not fit into a letter. He ends his letter by blessing and wishing her that she grows up to be a brave soldier committed to India's service. Nehru wrote this letter to Indira, his daughter. If your parents were to wish you on your birthday through a letter, What do you think they would write? How would this letter be different from theirs? Let us now know something about Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc was a simple, pleasant girl living in New Orleans. It was in France, at a time when France and England had declared 100 Years' War. She was very pious Roman Catholic. Once she had a vision which commanded her to rescue France from English domination and set Charles VII on throne. She installed Charles VII on throne. This emboldened the French to fight the British. Unfortunately, the rival faction group convinced. Unfortunately, a rival faction group connived with British and helped them to capture her. On 23rd May 1430, she was captured by a faction group which was allied to the English forces. She was handed over to the English, who tried and levied false charges against her. She was declared guilty and was burned at the stake on 30th May 1431. She was just 19 years old then. 25 years later, after her execution, another court sat on trial and debunked the charges against her, pronounced her innocent, and declared her a martyr. In 1920, she was declared a saint. This is the picture of Indira. This is Nehru's family. These are the father and the daughter. This is a part of a manuscript in Nehru's own handwriting. If your parents were to wish you on your birthday through a letter, what do you think they would write? How would this letter be different from theirs? Now, for some extra information for your own knowledge, Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of independent India. He remained in office for 17 years till his death in 1964. Indira Gandhi, his only daughter, became the first women Prime Minister of India in 1966. She remained in office till 31st October 1984, when she was assassinated. November 14th is the birthday of Jawaharlal Nehru, celebrated as Children's Day. Jawaharlal Nehru says that children are like buds in a garden and should be carefully and lovingly nurtured as they are the future of the nation and the citizens of tomorrow. Nehru also wrote few books. Few of the books are Discovery of India, an autobiography, Glimpses of India, A Bunch of Old Letters, and Jawaharlal Speeches. I hope you must have understood the lesson 8 and enjoyed it as well. You must study your book and work hard. All the best. Thank you.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो। मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, स्वयं बने, हम
पच्चीस साल का लंबा सफर और लाखों लोगों के चेहरों पर खिलती मुस्कान, गर्व और गरिमा से जीने की प्रेरणा देती मुस्कान, आत्मसम्मान और विश्वास से पैदा हुई मुस्कान। इन खिलते चेहरों पर ये मुस्कान आई है शिक्षा के जरिए। ये मुस्कान आई है नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग यानी NIOS के जरिए। नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग या राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालयी शिक्षा संस्थान, इस संस्थान का एक बड़ा उद्देश्य है आम आदमियों के जीवन को बेहतर बनाना। ऐसे लोग जिनके लिए शिक्षा एक दूर का सपना है, या वे बच्चे जो परिवार की रोजी रोटी कमाने के लिए बीच में ही स्कूल छोड़ने पर मजबूर हो जाते हैं। NIOS ऐसे बच्चों और बड़ों को दोबारा शिक्षा से जुड़ने का मौका मुहैया कराता है ताकि वे एक बेहतर जीवन जी सकें। 1989 में स्थापना के बाद NIOS ने देश के लाखों बच्चों और वयस्कों को बेहतर शिक्षा से जोड़ा है। इनमें हर उम्र, हर पृष्ठभूमि, हर जाति, हर मजहब और हर क्षेत्र के लड़के लड़कियां, महिलाएं और पुरुष शामिल हैं। बढ़ई से लेकर पायलट, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, बेकर और दर्जी तक NIOS कोशिश कर रहा है सबको शिक्षित और सशक्त बनाने की, चाहे वो असम के दूर दराज इलाके में रहने वाला हो या फिर मुंबई जैसे महानगर का। NIOS ने अपनी मौजूदगी हर जगह दर्ज कराई है। NIOS ने शिक्षा की परंपरागत सोच को ही बदल दिया है। वो पढ़िए जो हम पढ़ाते हैं की जगह NIOS की नई सोच है। हम वो पढ़ाते हैं जो आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं। इस नई सोच ने लोगों को आगे बढ़ने और NIOS के साथ जुड़ने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया है। शिक्षा उपलब्ध कराने के मामले में NIOS किसी सीमा को नहीं मानता, उम्र की सीमा को भी नहीं। चंडीगढ़ के गणेश के लिए भी NIOS एक वरदान साबित हुआ। NIOS शारीरिक रूप से अक्षम बच्चों को भी बेहतर शिक्षा मुहैया कराने के लिए पूरी तरह प्रतिबद्ध है। ऐसे बच्चों के लिए शिक्षा न केवल रोजगार के द्वार खोलती है, बल्कि उन्हें आत्मविश्वास और गर्व के साथ जीना भी सिखाती है। NIOS खेल के इन सितारों को उनकी सुविधा और समय के अनुसार बेहतर शिक्षा उपलब्ध कराता है। मेरी कॉम, सोमदेव देववर्मन, देविका रेबेका पल्लिकल, अरमान इब्राहिम, प्रद्युमन प्रकाश और अमयजोत सिंह। NIOS सीमा पर खड़े उन प्रहरियों को भी शिक्षा से लाभान्वित करता है जो देश की सुरक्षा के लिए अपनी जान की बाजी लगाने से भी नहीं चूकते। सच तो ये है कि NIOS की पहुंच हर ओर रहती है, चाहे वो दूर दराज के आदिवासी हो या जेल की कोठरी में बंद कैदी या फिर ग्रामीण और शहरी क्षेत्रों के गरीब निवासी। देश में कहीं भी कोई भी व्यक्ति, स्त्री, पुरुष, लड़का, लड़की, अमीर, गरीब शिक्षा से वंचित न रहे। राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालयी शिक्षा संस्थान का यही मिशन है।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान पूरे देश में शिक्षा के साथ साथ कौशल विकास के क्षेत्र में बहुत सारे कोर्सेज दे रहा है। लगभग 100 से ज़्यादा कोर्सेज हैं। हम दूर दराज के गांव में अपने संस्थान बनाते हैं और वहाँ के बच्चों को, वहाँ के बच्चियों को, वहाँ के वयस्कों को हुनर के क्षेत्र में शिक्षा पहुँचाते हैं। आपको जानकर खुशी होगी कि अब हम आर्ट्स, साइंस, कॉमर्स जिन क्षेत्रों में 12वीं का सर्टिफिकेट दिया जाता रहा है, अब हम हुनर के क्षेत्र में, वोकेशनल एरिया में भी 10वीं और 12वीं का सर्टिफिकेशन करेंगे। तो वो बच्चे जो कृषि से जुड़े हुए हैं, कारपेंट्री से जुड़े हुए हैं या दूसरे क्षेत्रों से जुड़े हुए हैं, वो अपने ही क्षेत्र में काम करेंगे, सीखेंगे, हुनर पैदा करेंगे अपने में और सर्टिफाइड भी होंगे कि वो सर्टिफाइड कृषक हैं, खेतिहर हैं। तो आज तक जो हमारे देश में ये सोच रही है कि आप 12वीं पास तभी कहे जाएंगे जब भूगोल, अर्थशास्त्र, भौतिकी ये पढ़ेंगे, अब ये समय बदल गया है। ITI में जितने बच्चे पढ़ते हैं, लगभग 18 लाख बच्चे हर साल दाखिला लेते हैं। अब हम उनको सर्टिफिकेशन करेंगे।
NIOS अपने छात्रों को माध्यमिक स्तर पर 26 और उच्च माध्यमिक स्तर पर 19 विषयों का विकल्प देता है। पढ़ाई किस माध्यम से करनी है, इसमें भी आपको लचीलापन मिलेगा। माध्यमिक स्तर पर ही 7 भाषाओं के अलग अलग माध्यमों का विकल्प मौजूद है। शैक्षणिक कार्यक्रमों के अलावा 86 वोकेशनल शिक्षा कार्यक्रम भी उपलब्ध हैं, जो छात्रों को कामकाजी दुनिया के लिए तैयार करते हैं। वोकेशनल प्रशिक्षण को अधिक सुदृढ़ बनाने के लिए NIOS ने ITDC, सिस्को, इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन जैसे कई सरकारी और गैर सरकारी संस्थानों के साथ भागीदारी स्थापित की है। आज लाखों छात्रों के लिए अपनी पसंद का स्कूल है राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालयी शिक्षा संस्थान यानी नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग। NIOS ने एक लंबा सफर तय किया है, लेकिन मंजिल अभी दूर है। निरंतर विकास और नवीनीकरण के लिए NIOS सदैव प्रतिबद्ध है। शिक्षा का उद्देश्य महज रोजगार जुटाना ही नहीं है, बल्कि स्वयं को सशक्त बनाना भी है। NIOS लाखों छात्रों के लिए यही आत्मसम्मान दिलाने में जुटा है। लाखों लोगों के लिए एक आशा और उम्मीद है। नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग। शिक्षा सबके लिए, कहीं भी, कभी भी।